And so we return. With another door to open, another place to go, ain't it? Let's have a look-see. We are in quite the level, if I may. Tunnel disturbance is mostly going to be a bunch of tunnels, and tunnels it is. If you don't like tunnels, then please turn away. I can only guarantee a significant quantity of tunnels. And very little else. Plenty of spiders, though. We're going to be seeing more of that horrifying man and his weird habits. That too. But first, our first secret, of course. Let's start off the level strong with a fresh resupply of some basic necessities. If you are running low because you got a little caught off guard last time, don't worry. The game's got you covered with some fresh supplies. This level is dark, but what do you expect from an underground area? Those are logically going to be quite dark and quite unpleasant. My goodness, you're a tough nugget. I hope they don't make chicken nuggets out of you. Be unpleasant to chew down on that. This is the first time you will find this if you're not too keen on secrets. The delightful hypersonic radar. As I mentioned, it shows enemies and goodies, making it easier to find certain secrets, or to find that last baddie you're missing. That said, if you have some red-green color blindness, I will warn you. Unfortunately for you, and for me, because it's honestly, while the enemy squares are slightly larger than the item squares, the difference is not enough to make up for the problem. As you can see, red is a bit larger, but not by enough. It also vanishes quite quickly, giving you only a moment to fully appreciate the colors. So get moving, and use it for tactical fights only. Or for cleanup. You can always reload afterwards, and then figure it out later. As you can see, we are clued in on a couple of nice goodies if we're willing to find them. Because of how inaccurate this weapon is, once you get those headshots, they always feel quite nice to get. Might as well smoke 'em while we got 'em, as they say. Right? I do wonder why they decided to go with this. It feels wrong, and honestly, that felt wrong the first time, and it felt wrong every other time since. Really doesn't quite work as well as it needs to for it to be a fun little set piece. Also, while we are distinctly disadvantaged, the dark does not affect our things. Our enemies can see just fine, thank you. We're the ones who have to struggle to make this work. Luckily, this level features a large amount of vents that go all around the place and allow you to get the drop on your enemy. That is, if you're willing to make something of it. The game really doesn't hand those to you, and you need to pay attention if you want to make it through here alive. Together with its very tight environs and some of those nasty ambushes, you better be ready. Or you better be ready to look around. Again, those who look shall find. Finders keepers and finders seekers. A damage boost, of course, is never unwanted. That one always manages to surprise me with how annoying he is. For some quaint reason, there is an armor shard there. But only one, and strangely enough, well, you might be surprised to learn that that's it. No secrets there, just an armor shard. For the inquisitive of us. Although I should have said the inquisitive among us. That's how you know you're dealing with a quality Let's Player. They're all over the latest news. if I get the chance, there is something that I would like to point out that is rather interesting and caught me off guard. Because I'm quite certain that the portable medical kit actually restores more hit points than the traditional one. A strange alteration to make between the two of them, but it does make the portable one a bit more useful. This area can be quite the fight if you're unprepared for it. There's plenty of bad guys to go around, as you can see. And also, very little mercy for slackers. With a constant barrage of attacks, and perhaps slightly more annoying, unrelenting firepower. You better be ready. Some call it wasteful. I am just very particular about what I want to use when. Fun fact, there is a way to skip the blue keycard. There is a ventilation shaft that you can, in fact, access over there that will lead you to where you need to be without ever setting foot in that dreadful place you must find the card at. So if you are of a particular persuasion and prefer to keep your wallet free of unneeded accessories, go nuts. Pick it up. I won't tell. Now you might be fooled into thinking that door doesn't open, but it does. And what a reward you get. All the big chain gun ammo you need to make this puppy sing and roar at your command. With a slightly well-timed jump, you can make it over there, which in turn allows you to skip the blue keycard. I thought this room was more well-populated, but, you know, I guess that's how it goes when you play on the easier modes. But don't worry, the stream of maximum fury will come back eventually. When I feel like it. Originally it was delayed just to accommodate my 100% playthrough. But now, what excuses do I have left? As you can see, if you know where to go, the vents will take you there. No problem, no harm, no foul. Although you should beware. The hallways, even when cleared once, may have foes later. Or entirely fresh additions, even though you were there just a bit ago.
My, how the tables have turned! Are you sure you're on the right track, officer?
He was quite insistent to talk. As is that fine fellow. What gets you out of bed every morning, darling? I imagine it's something quite energetic, with how much gusto and zest you're bringing to the table. We haven't used the iron bow in a bit. Let's give it a whirl. The ion bow is an incredible weapon. Besides its high firing rate and its relatively decent damage, the reload speed is really what makes it. Reloading is a pain in the rear in most cases. But with this, smooth as a buttered sandwich. Although it does land face down from time to time, as sandwiches do. As you can imagine, these areas are quite annoying to move about in if you're trying to get every single secret, as the secrets in this game are sometimes a bit frustrating to find. But I'm done with that, so I can focus on having fun. I never checked if there's anything down here. Well, that medical patch that slapped me right up. I think, and I'm just making an estimate here, that it recovers about 35 hit points. It's a decent amount for a little portable package, ain't it? He just wants to say hello, but I'm busy. I don't have time. Not the greatest secret out there. The diversity in ammo means that you have to swap between them, which in turn makes it a little less desirable. As mentioned, the clever and inquisitive mind will find easier ways of doing more work with less effort. You practically blew yourself up, you little idiot. Can't say no to cluster pucks. We'll need plenty of those when we're fighting the boss in this area. Not that cluster pucks are the preferred way of dealing with him, but they are a way to expedite the process. With a pull of the Gate B control switch, we can now access... No, it's the... I'm sorry. It's easy to be a little bit forgetful. Say Aardwolf. Which, if I recall correctly, in Dutch, that does translate to Earthwolf, which is pretty cool. Sounds to me like a busy bee is a... Oh, you're so cute. You try so hard, but where does it get you? Nowhere fast. And there he is, our new invisible friend. As annoying as ever to deal with. Luckily we have a significant advantage here over him. If he can't come in close, there's nothing he can do. The elevator works, but you might be wondering, what elevator? We're not looking for an elevator, are we? We are. You're just not thinking right. Ah, so that is when those lovelies decide to turn on. Well, I have a gift for homecoming. Sorry, dear. But it's not on the cheap, nor on the house. Unfortunately for us, they're not the only ones who decided to spawn in. With one well-placed grenade, and... how can you ever feel troubled? This one's a tricky one, since you're not likely to shoot grenades this high. But, if you are the kind to inquisitive like that... Is it really this direction? There we go. Not a bad secret, especially if you love the chain gun. Personally, it's not a plasma rifle to me, so I don't like to use it all that often. If it's not a plasma, oh, I bother. It and the SMG occupy way too similar niches as it is. They're practically indistinguishable. I hope you're ready for another fine friend. Keeping him hit-stunned is all but required to make an encounter with him go anywhere near good. So be on your watch and on your guard. Well, I was in need of a fresh new outfit. Not that my current style has fallen out of style yet. But, you know, being on top of things never hurt anyone. The elevator's even squish-proofed. As you can see, we have fixed the problem of the electric bolts. Although, probably should have shown off the problem before I presented the solution. Now, I just look like I'm gloating. Look at that. One shot, one kill. Delightful. If you possess the eyes of an eagle, you will have noticed this. And your curiosity is rewarded, of course. Although it's not the best reward out there, it's certainly one that will stick with you during the harder days. Seems a new friend wants to say hello. I wonder why those guys don't just blow from one shotgun shell. It's such a no-brainer. I'm busy, sir. Can you please come back later? We can discuss the matter then, when you're ready. If I recall correctly, we've got quite a few lovelies to deal with right now. Nothing quite like a fresh radar. Through here, we can backtrack all the way back here. These levels are backwards compatible just for your ease of use. Backwards compatible for your pleasure. That is no way to greet a lady, sir. No way at all. Although that is. I personally find the two-heart salute to be quite warm. I guess he never did see it coming. As you may notice, that disperser gave us some rock grenades. From what I read in several guides, there is an implicit difference. There's a disperser and the grenade launcher. It's possible that during some editions they were, in fact, separate weapons. Although, since the disperser has no secondary fire, and neither does the grenade launcher, it's possible that they were scrapped when they could not find a good use for either alt. Or it was never the case to begin with. You never know with things like this, now do you? Nothing quite like making new friends, There, a bullet in each. Or just one in one. They are so proud of their adorable little grenade boy. I can't say I disagree. He tries his best, and sometimes he gets a good shot in. You'd be surprised how much a grenade hurts, especially when it's directly to the face. If you need to go back, here's a way to do it. And better yet, let's just say that you're a little bit of a unlucky boy. That one is an easy one to miss if you're just rushing through. While he will make his presence known by charging his attack, it doesn't mean that he's all that obvious. Be wary. Sometimes a boy likes to hide through here. And don't forget, your totals are for the entire episode so far. Well, I'm missing a secret, but I wouldn't know what it is.